Yes, hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Now before I start, I just want to apologise if the microphone is picking a bit of wind noise up. I've got one of those sock things on it, but it was just a gorgeous, absolutely stunning day today, and I wanted to come out and I wanted to film out up in the rocks in the moorlands because it's just gorgeous up here when it's like this. So yes, apologies if you do get a bit of that, but what I wanted to do is I just wanted to touch on something that I've not done for a while, and yeah, it really has been a while since I've done one of these pieces of content, and this just simply is my current EDC. So this is what I've been carrying for the last week, the last month. Obviously, you know, I do a bit of a rotation on certain items, but there's generally a few things that I keep with me, and generally I'm always kind of testing something out. So this is my end of year, let's do that, let's call it the end of 2022 Moorlander EDC everyday carry stuff in a nice title kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Now I would say I'll turn the camera, in fact maybe I'll just turn the camera around, but whilst I'm doing that, if at any point you do enjoy this content, please feel free to hit the like and subscribe. If you do choose to do that, I'd like to take this time to say thank you. I certainly appreciate your new subscription and subscribed, I suppose it is a subscription, but welcome to the Moorlander family. Yes, but for now, let's have a look at my end of year 2022 Moorlander EDC everyday carry content video ×3 part 4. Now, like most people, I do have a pocket system where I keep my stuff. My left hand front pocket is always my mobile phone. The mobile phone that I have, this is the Google Pixel 6. I used to really be into, it has to be the latest and greatest. I don't know whether it's a growing older thing, but you know, I just like something to be something that works, and this works incredibly well. Got a very good battery on this, and as soon as I know what phone that I'm having before it's delivered, I'll always make sure that I have one of these Spigen cases. These Spigen cases are absolutely amazing. Every single phone that I've had probably for the last 15 years maybe, I've made sure that it is in a Spigen case, so yes, definitely check these out. So that's my front left pocket. My front right pocket is where I go for my knives and tools and stuff. Now what I like to do is, and I never did this before, I never got pocket organisation. I was like, that's for nerds. And then I embrace nerdedness. So I have this wee pocket organiser, and this is from Steve C Designs. Of course, I'll make sure I leave a link to all of these below so that you can see. But it's a very simple pocket organiser. I believe it's made from Cordura. You have 2 pockets in the front, or 2 sleeves in the front, that you can carry some tools in there, and then there is also a small little piece of elastic here on the side so that you can put a pen in there as well. There is a little tab on the top just in case you wanted to attach something to there. On the back there is some hook and loops so that you can put on some morale patches maybe if you want to, and then just behind there, if I put my finger in here, if you can see, there is just a little pocket. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you want to put some loose change in there, maybe there's a card, I'm not sure you can fit a card in there, but maybe there's some medication, that sort of stuff that you want to put in, then you know you can fit it all in there. Now this is generally where I carry all of my little tools. I mean, I used to have them all loose in my pocket. I know, loose in your pocket? What a weirdo. But they were all just loose in my pocket, and you just have to try and go, oh, there it is. But now having this, I don't know, it's revolution. They're all just together. So pen wise, because I always try and keep a pen with me, this is one of the Zebra pens. Now I can't remember what it's called, I'll put it down here, but it is the Zebra doofy pen that goes doofy like that when you pull it. So when it's closed, hopefully you'll be able to see there that the pen end is in, and as it pulls forward, there's a little spring in there, and what that does is that pushes that forward so that you can get the pen, and it's a full-size pen. It feels like it's made from aluminium, mainly because it's just so light. It is incredibly light, but then also on the end you've got one of those little kind of tech stylus nubs, so just in case I'm out and about and I have had my gloves on today, but just in case I need to, then I can, you know, I can do whatever I need to with that on the end. Let me just put my phone on silent. How about we do that? Oh, there you go, there you go. Just on cue, I got a text message. But yeah, it just means that if you're out and about and you've got gloves on, then you can just do what you need to do with your pen, and it fits perfectly just in the end. And because it's such a short pen, when it's on there, it's no longer than the actual little pocket sleeve itself. Then in the front I have a flashlight, and I also have a pocket tool or a knife. Hadn't really noticed, but I've almost got a bit of a blackout carry, because when you look at some of the other things that I'm carrying, I mean, already black mobile phone, black pocket organiser, black knife, black, hey, once you've gone black EDC, you've got lots more black EDC. So in their flashlight, the flashlight of choice, or at least the flashlight that I've been carrying for the last few months, well actually the last, yeah, probably a few months. So this is the Thrunite Archer Pro. It's a small, pocketable, you know, it fits within your hand. Single function, or at least I suppose a single UI tail function. It's a simple click to turn on, click to turn off, but it also has some double presses in there so that you can put on strobe. It has a dedicated long press from off so that you can get onto a moonlight mode, and then when it's on, rather than having like a double click for the high mode, or you can do a double click to get to the turbo mode, but when it's on, what you do is you hold your finger on it, and hopefully if you'll see it, I'm trying to see it in the camera there. In a second, you see it just flashed, so it's on its highest. So rather than having a high, medium and low, it does like a ramp system. So if I hold it on again, you'll see that it goes, it'll flash to say that we're on high, and then you'll see that it's going lower, and then eventually it'll flash again. That's just to show you that it's now on its lowest setting. Reasonably inexpensive, and there's some great features on here, and I think for a small flashlight like this, it's really useful to have these in your pocket at all times, and which is why I keep it in my pocket at all times in my little pocket organiser. Now next to that, as far as a knife of choice, generally I find when I pick this one up, I always put this in here, mainly because it just fits in and it looks similar because it's a similar colour as well. But this is the Victorinox, I forgot for a second then, it's the Spartan, isn't it? So the tools that we have on here, I find, are a good collection of tools, from can openers to bottle openers with small Phillips, so small flathead screwdrivers on the top. It also has a knife on there, as well as a smaller knife, which is great for just small things that maybe you don't want to get a big knife out, especially here in the UK. People go, oh my god, it's a knife, because yeah, anyway. So it just has a smaller knife on there. It's actually probably a little bit more safer when you're trying to open bottles or boxes, but it's good that you have a knife that maybe if you want to do some food prep, or I know you're just cutting up an apple, but then you have another knife that you use for cutting open boxes and that sort of stuff. Then on the rear side, there is an awl plus a hole so that you can use that for threading things. The bottle opener, which I swear I've never used. Yeah, I generally prefer ones that have the Phillips head screwdriver on there, but you know, I still think this is a nice little knife. And then you have your tweezers and a wee little toothpick there on the end as well. So I think it's quite a good collection of different tools in here, and rather than the cherry red scales, I think these black scales just, yeah, look awesome in a little all black kind of carry. Now normally I would go to my back pocket, so my back pocket is where I keep my wallet. I am a back pocket kind of person, unless of course I'm in a city and I want to make sure, oh I forgot that I got that in there as well, but whether if I'm in a city and I just don't want, I want to make sure that nobody's going to try and take it from me, then I will move it into my front pocket, but generally my back pocket is where I will store my wallet. The wallet of choice today is this absolutely amazing Ekster card holder. So I recently received this from Ekster, and yeah, this is something special. This is really nice. So it's one of those ones where it has a button here at the bottom which actuates your cards, and then they pop up. It fans them out so that you can select the card that you need. I always keep my driving license and ID here at the front. You can't see that, but just to make sure that if I do need to, I need to show it at any point that it's there at the front. And the rest are cards generally that I don't use as much. For the card that I do use more, you'll see here on the front that there's this additional panel. So that additional panel you can push up from the bottom to have access to the card that you use the most, and you can use that for a lot of different things. You could probably, you could keep your money in there, you could keep your ID in there if you needed to, but it's all RFID protected, and if you're concerned about that sort of stuff. The biggest thing for me, and this is one of the things that I got on as soon as this arrived, I emailed the guy at Ekster and I was like, you've done something special with this. I've done a few of these card holders before, and there's this international shake test. Okay, it's the international shake test, everybody does it, and these card holders don't do particularly well. Apart from this one. I mean, I can't squash it. It's made from aluminium, so I certainly don't need to worry about that. All I'm worried about is dropping it. They've moved 0.5 millimeter, so yeah, they've done something special with this. Now I'm going to do a full review on this soon. There's a couple of others, but I'm also going to make some content that is more of an unboxing so that you can get a look at this. They've been good enough to send me a discount code, which I think is either 35% or it's 40%. It's usually 35% off, but it's currently 40% off. So if you use the code Moorlander, you'll get 40% off if you use my code in this and link in the description below. So that's always a good thing just before Christmas if you want to get somebody a stocking filler. Now, whilst I was looking through my pocket, then I realised that there is another thing that I do carry, and that is, here we go, a small lighter. This is a clipper lighter, but they do these now so you can get all metal clipper lighters, which are really nice. So this one, when I first had it, was all black, but you can see as it's been in my pocket, it's took lots of chips and lots of scrapes, but still works perfectly well. I don't smoke. I have never smoked. However, it is still universally agreed that having a lighter in your pocket is just incredibly useful. Now, as I say, this wasn't meant to be an all black EDC, but I think with, where have I put my wallet now? I've got way too many pockets in these trousers. It's turned out to be a bit of an all black EDC. I didn't mean that to rhyme then, but it just kind of did. Put all these back in my pocket, so mainly so I don't forget them. You don't believe the amount of times I've had to come back up here to find a bag or a jacket or a hat or something that I've forgotten to take with me because I'm a knob. So there you go. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. All the other things that kind of happen this time. I hope Hanukkah is this time of the year. I apologise if I've offended anybody there. But yes, it's coming to the end of the year. It's been a great year here at Moorlander EDC, and this is my end of 2022 Moorlander EDC everyday carry, what's in my pocket piece of content. Or, as I say, I'll maybe think of a nice, catchier title than that, or you know how it is. But anyway, I'll leave links to all of the things that you've seen below if you'd like to see more from them, and I'll leave some of my social media links as well so that you can see more from me too. But for now, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC. should have taken my gloves off. The sun is so bright today, as it is most days, I guess. You know it, Ribena, know what you're drinking, although it does seem to like to spurt out. That's what she said. Warm Ribena is the national drink of the moorlands. It wasn't until I started drinking it more, and then that's what it became. Reminds me of my nan, God bless her. She used to make me and my brother warm Ribena. Oh, apart from that, is nuclear hot Ribena. Oh. Now, where were we?